Pencil will provide you a uniquely personal take and snapshot on the week that is OLAB. Please give Hamilton Hensel.
Can we give another hand for Jim Amadon? Nerve-wracking. At the beginning of the week, each labbie, I call them campers, but apparently labbie is a term that I'm supposed to use, was assigned someone to pair up and interview with, and I was paired with Lucy Guo. She asked me what my biggest pet peeve was, and I said pushovers, or people who give in to peer pressure. Ironically enough, I did not want to do this speech. But my peers pressured me, and I got off my lazy butt and wrote this little outline. I'm going just off the notes. That's what I did with my speech that got me elected, so maybe that worked out well. We were split into groups to work on what was called the simulation game. More on that later. And we had to learn how to run a business. I was with group 1. They're sitting down here. I'd ask you to give them applause, but that's not fair. That's biased. I'm not biased. So, working in a group, normally back home in Indianapolis, I'm used to being the one who does most or all of the work. Imagine my surprise when I sat down and found I could do none of it. I tried my best to do none of it. I did something. So, learning how to run a business. Now, forgive me as I twist my words here to get to my awesome acronym. Awesome is my definition. When running anything, you need legs. Legs, and that's my acronym. L for lectures. A lot of lectures. My friend Kyle down here calculated with our schedules that we were so graciously handed that we spent over 21 hours sitting in chairs just like these, listening to lectures. They were not bad lectures, but 21 hours is a long time. And since we were being taught a college-level course about how to run a business in a week, if you blinked, you would miss what the lecture was about. Not just because some of the lectures were at 8:30, and if you blinked, you went to sleep. It was a lot of information to take in, and I refused to take notes because I never take notes. I got a little lost, but there were plenty of people to help me along the way. The next letter in my acronym can be two things. It can be early, because we got up early, or it can be the environment. E, environment. That's what environment starts with. So, the environment at this camp was amazing. I didn't know what to think. I came in, I sat timidly in my chair and tried to make friends with the one or two people I knew from Indianapolis. Instead, I ended up elected, and I am standing here before you because apparently everyone likes me. I don't think I've ever been to another summer camp like this, and not just because I learned something at this summer camp instead of just hanging out and playing basketball all the time. I made great friends, and hopefully some that I can keep in contact with a little longer than just texting me late at night when I don't have my phone. So I wake up in the morning to like 12 texts and wonder who the heck all of them are, because someone gave my number out, Alex. The next letter in my acronym, L-E, what's next? G. Yes, the game itself, the OLAB simulation business game. There was accounting, there was balancing books, there was decision forms, there was labor negotiations. I was bad at all of them. My team was not, and especially not accounting. I hate crunching numbers. They don't. Or at least they refuse to say that they did. Our labor negotiations didn't go too well. We were warned about the infamous bow tie guy and correctly predicted that we would get stuck with him. And we did, and we got cut a hard deal. In fact, the worst deal out of everyone else. But we persevered, didn't we? So the last letter in my acronym, moving right along, is the society or the social aspect. Not just was the environment great, but just everyone else tried to make friends with you. I didn't have to come out of my shell. Now, of course, I did eventually because that's who I am. But everyone came out and made friends with me. It was great. I didn't have to make jokes or put myself out there so that people would think I was funny. They came to me and they talked to me. I learned about basketball players. I learned about people who want to go bungee jumping, people who have gone bungee jumping. That is scary. There was such a variety of different people. We had people from St. Louis, people from Chicago, people from France, Connecticut, and Indianapolis. Now, I probably missed some. There were people from Crawfordsville, too. California, yeah, that's a long way. I'm not saying Carmel, don't ask me to. So, those were the aspects of this week. Legs. The legs to running a business. I learned a lot. I know the rest of my peers learned a lot. And the thing I think I learned that was the most lasting, that will have the biggest impact on my life, is that business is more than business. It's not just sitting down and making the decisions. I mean, everybody can do that. We can sit down and decide to put $12 into a bank account. $12 is a little small, isn't it? But we had to decide as a group. We had to decide, and we were working with big sums of money. They didn't just give us, the convenience store on the corner. We had like $12 million that we had to decide how to spend. That was a lot. It wasn't even real money, and that was a lot of pressure. And it was for me, it was a rude awakening to the real world. I wasn't sure I was ready for how this was going to work, and I wasn't. I didn't know what I was doing. But having friends there, having people who thought like I did, having people who could do just as much work as me, and in my case more, helped me a lot. I tried to think of a different word to say there, but a lot is the best way to say that sentence. But last of all, we didn't just learn or make friends, we had fun. There was rec time, there was dance parties. We had a dance party last night, and then we watched a movie. I didn't get to bed till like 3 in the morning. And then I had to get up at 7:30. And then next week I have a mission trip, and I have to get up at 6. Should be fun. But not as fun as this week. There's not a different way to say that. I tried to think of a synonym for fun. I jotted down the words that I thought meant fun. I couldn't think of a better one. And I tried to come up with an acronym too. That one didn't work. This week was fun. I never had that much fun learning. I wish I had some fancy conclusion that wrapped this all together, but I don't. Thank you.